Have you ever wondered what the future of medicine will hold? Maybe the cure for diabetes, paralysis, hearing loss, or growing new organs and tissues? Well, all these possibilities lie within stem cells. You may have heard of them on the news before, but today we're going to dive into all the pros and cons. You can think of stem cells as blank cells, known as undifferentiated. This means that they haven't become a red blood cell or a muscle cell yet. They have the potential to become any cell type in the body. Why is that so important, you may ask? Well, scientists can manipulate these cells into being differentiated or becoming a certain type of cell. That means they can be used in regenerative medicine to engineer new tissues and organs from scratch or just replace old cells that may not be working right anymore.
Now, there's two different types of these stem cells, embryonic and adult, also known as somatic, but we're going to start with the embryonic cells. If you didn't know, humans all start out as a single cell called a zygote, and a few days later will divide into a few hundred cells called a blastocyst. In this stage, all of the cells are undifferentiated, known as pluripotent, and they have the capability to become any cell type in the body. If left on their own, the cells would divide some more and specialize and then form into an embryo. However, scientists can harvest the embryonic stem cells before they divide any farther. Since it's a pretty controversial practice, it's only used for research in a few states. But in that case, they're normally harvested from in vitro fertilization clinics, where the egg and sperm are fertilized together in a petri dish rather than inside a woman.
Couples often use IVF if they're having trouble getting pregnant or if there's issues with infertility. A lot of times, they fertilize more than one egg, even if they're only interested in having one baby. This means that there's unwanted fertilized eggs that can be donated to embryonic stem cell research, with consent of the donor couple, of course.
So now you know about the embryonic stem cells, let's get into the adult ones. Now don't be fooled, adult stem cells are also found in infants and children, not just your parents. These type of stem cells are called multipotent, meaning they have the ability to become a few different types of cells, but not all the versatility of the pluripotent embryonic cells. An example of an adult stem cell is a bone marrow cell, which has the capability of becoming red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. This is where we get into the cool stuff. Scientists have figured out a way to alter the genes of the adult stem cells that are already found in you and me and transform them back into their undifferentiated form. In simpler terms, they can take a specific cell and revert it back to a blank slate for them to use. It's called induced pluripotent stem cells, and these guys don't have the controversy of being taken from an embryo. But unfortunately, there's a catch. When scientists reprogram the DNA of the adult stem cells, they add 4 genes. This genetic change has been shown to significantly increase your chances of cancer. So scientists still have a few things to figure out. How can we harness the potential of these cells to save lives from crippling diseases and find new cures? We may not have the answers today, but maybe tomorrow.